Hi, and welcome back to Computer Science Tutoring with Oleg Silkin. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about giving two additional views that might be needed in a database given below. So this is going to be a database for school. And in this database, we have student, prerequisite, course, grade report, and section. But before we can delve into this, we actually need to talk about what a view is. So a view is a computer. It's not really like a database relation that you can store things in, but it is a database table. It's more of a computed table that makes it convenient for us to look up. So it's computed and it's read-only. We can't actually store anything. But it makes things really convenient because it allows us to break down on redundancy. Since we don't actually have to query the database this way, we can just have one query and then save it and then continuously query it, which saves us a lot of time. So one view where views would be useful for this is in this database we have a bunch of different records, and we have a couple queries that we might run a lot. So for instance, we might want to say, like, what's the student's grades and what classes those grades were in. And if we actually try to do that, we would have to first we'd need to query the student table, and we'd need to join the student table with the grade report table by the student number. And that would give us the sections that the student took and what grades they got. But that's not really too useful for a human, because the sections are actually section identifiers, meaning that these are foreign keys which relate to the section table, and the section table is way over here. So now, in order to link these with the section, we'd need to do another inner join on the section table with the grade report where the section identifier matches, and that would give us the course number along with the semester it was in, the year it was in, and the instructor. But even then, it wouldn't be totally useful because we still wouldn't actually have the name of the course, we just have the course number. So we'd need to get another inner join on the course and the section where the course numbers match. So obviously this is a lot of querying, and it's going to be very redundant to continuously query this and have to write it out again. And in order to relieve that stress, we can set up a view that queries this all for us. So one view for this would just be to first, so we could say, like, this will be a new view, and it'll be the student transcript view. So student transcript. And what this view will do is it will contain a list of, so it'll have the student's name, student info, so it'll have the student name, the course name that they took, or the name of the course that they took, the when they took it, so date. Let me just delete that real quick. So semester taken, and the grade they received. Grade received, and we could even include the instructor that they had, so the professor. And this would be a really useful view because instead of having to first do this inner join onto student and grade report and then do grade report to section and then section to course, we can just do one query on this view. So if we actually wanted to write this with SQL or relational algebra, we would first do we'd first want to figure out the student grades, so we would do student grades. This is going to be the student table. Now this is going to be an inner join on student number. Student number. And we want to join this with the grade report table. I'm running out of space here. Grade report table. So that's going to give us this inner join. Then we can inner join the student grades with the section. So we would just do section grades. Section grade. And we would do student grades, stud grades. And we would inner join this on the course section identifier. So section ID from the section relation. Then finally, we're going to need to inner join this with the course. So we're going to call this the student course because ultimately we're joining student with the course. So this is going to be called student course. Now the name of these is arbitrary, but it helps. So we're going to do section grade, which now contains the course number, section grade. We're going to inner join this on the course number, so course number from the course table. And then finally, to actually save and output our view, we're going to want to actually project all of this. So we're going to want to project, not all of it. We're only going to want to project the student name. So we're going to do project name. We're going to want to project the course they took. So course name, course name, the semester they took it, so semester, the grade they received, and the professor, which is going to be identified by instructor. Instructor. And finally, in the parentheses, we actually specify where we're going to be projecting this from. This is going to be projected from the stud course variable that we set. Stud course. And this is going to be our view. Now, another view that you might have is, that might be like, I don't know, the courses available this semester, because as we can see here, if we look at the actual section table, it tells us the semester that the course is running and the year that it's running in and the course number, but we don't actually have the course name. So we might want to get that. So this would be the course or current courses. Current course view. And it's going to list the names and instructors, names and information, because we want to see all the information of the courses offered this semester. This semester. And there we have it. These are two courses, or these are two views that we can actually run on this database. And I'll see you next time.